Kylie Minogue, sex symbol and sizzling success in every possible arena. She's the Grammy Award-winning singer who has sold over 40 million records worldwide and has a net worth of over $50 million. Not bad for the girl next door from the outer suburbs of Melbourne. Kylie's astonishing success is built on her ability to reinvent herself, from the 80s pop princess of cheesy hits like I Should Be So Lucky to the more confident strains of Better the Devil You Know in the 90s. Evolving each year to throw off the stock Aitken and Waterman formula and travel to the dark side with Nick Cave on Where the Wild Roses Grow. Then finally coming into her own as the high camp dancing queen of the late 90s. Her provocative music videos and lavish stage shows had her compared to that other pop phenomenon Madonna. But in 2000, when her single Spinning Around became #1 around the world, helped by a revealing pair of gold hot pants, she became an international pop icon in her own right. Her 2000 concert tour, On a Night Like This, played to sell-out crowds in Australia and the United Kingdom, selling over 200,000 tickets and setting an Australian record for a female artist. Her 6 planned Melbourne shows were increased to 22 due to public demand. And with a tally of 29 top 10 UK singles, Minogue is the second most successful woman on the British singles charts, behind Madonna. Now, at the peak of her powers, Minogue is a mature businesswoman and artist who knows how to pick a great pop song, a great stylist, a great producer, and a great product to put her name to. Kylie says that lingerie is like shoes and diamonds. A girl simply can't have too many. Love Kylie is a lingerie range designed by the singer, who offers the brand instant recognition, credibility, and that Kylie X factor. She characterises the collection as new, different, lavish, and indulgent, and says her target market is the confident, fashion-conscious woman of any age. Yep, that should just about cover it. More than 5,000 of the knickers walked out of London's Selfridges in the first week. Proving the lingerie range has legs, Minogue extended to a cabaret-style hosiery line. The suspender belts and fishnets are perfect, she says, whether it's the sexy secretary or screen icon look you're going for. Got anything for a tired mother of 2, Kylie? Exploiting her universal appeal even further, Minogue, in collaboration with Coty, released her own fragrance called Darling. Darling is described, like the chanteuse herself, as sexy, playful, glamorous, yet down-to-earth and approachable. Sales of Kylie's fragrance have trounced other celebrity-endorsed fragrances in the UK, including Victoria and David Beckham's own scents. Swedish fast fashion giant H&M launched a line of bohemian chic beachwear inspired by the icon called H&M Loves Kylie. H&M said that Kylie endorsing the range has had meaningful impact on their clothing sales. For meaningful impact, read a boost of over $1 billion US. Like the diminutive singer herself, Kylie Minogue's business empire may be small, but it's perfectly formed. And we just can't get her out of our heads. Some say he's the greatest rapper of all time. Jay-Z, aka Sean Carter, is at the top of his game. But he didn't get there on sex appeal alone. He's an inspired musical artist, ruthless businessman, and irresistible troublemaker. Jay-Z is the richest hip-hop entertainer in the world, followed by Sean Diddy Coombs, sitting on a fat net worth of $547 million US. It's been a career of intense rivalries and controversy, but the rapper and current president and CEO of Def Jam and Rockefeller Records is not about to self-destruct. Growing up in the slums of Brooklyn and abandoned by his father at 12, Jay-Z could have made his fortune on the wrong side of the law. Instead, he is one of the most admired entrepreneurs in America.
Okay. Y'all ready out there?
First came his music, groundbreaking in every way. When no major label would give him a record deal, Jay-Z created Rockefeller Records as his own independent label. Jay-Z has an uncanny ability to compose lyrics without the use of pen and paper, saying just what people want to hear. He won himself both critical and commercial acclaim. His album, The Blueprint, considered a hip-hop classic, was written in only 2 days. And 1998's Hard Knock Life, Jay-Z's most commercially successful album, sold over 8 million copies worldwide. Jay-Z's next step in stockpiling seriously sexy dollars was his decision to develop other artists, giving exciting young rappers a hand up and getting a sizable slice of the profits into the bargain. His young protege Rihanna has proven to have the perfect pop sound. Her first single, Umbrella, featuring her mentor Jay-Z, went to #1 in the UK for 10 consecutive weeks. Apart from being president and CEO of Def Jam Records, Jay-Z is also one of the owners and founders of the Rockefeller Empire, which includes Rockefeller Records, Rockefeller Films and Rockaware. Despite his busy schedule, the artist maintains a hands-on approach with the urban clothing brand.
I co-founded this company, so it's much more than, something that just makes money for me. It's something that's just a part of my legacy as well. So I'm very hands-on. I'm hands-on. I've become lately, in the last three years, I'm here, on a daily basis. But, I'm very hands-on with the designs, the marketing of it, and, just the overall look and feel of Rockaware because it's my voice.
With Rockaware, Jay-Z redirected the hip-hop culture from hooded sweatshirts and baggy jeans to button-ups and classy cut jeans, receiving GQ's International Man of the Year award for his efforts. Rockaware also produces clothing and accessories for women and children. In 2007, Jay-Z sold part rights to the Rockaware brand for $204 million, but stays on to direct the company with his impeccable taste. Jay-Z is only the second rapper to have his own signature sneaker, the S Carter by Reebok. It went on to become one of the biggest selling sneakers of 2003. So now you're all dressed up with no place to go? If you're wearing Rockaware, you might just be able to get into one of the many sports bars also owned by the rapper. It's certainly been a career of home runs and stolen bases for this star. Oh, and a few slam dunk victories at the hoop. Jay-Z is a part owner of the New Jersey Nets NBA team, paying a reported $4.5 million for his share. So, anyone think he can stop this unstoppable music mogul and style supremo? I'd like to see you try. Some girls slog up the modelling ladder, sending photos to agencies or showing up for open casting calls. But not the supermodel. She always has a story. Kate Moss was discovered in an airport. Gisele Bundchen was eating a Big Mac at McDonald's. And Naomi Campbell was discovered window shopping in Covent Garden as a fresh-faced 15-year-old. A 5'9" stunning head-turner and still turning heads today. Naomi Campbell has the magical statistics that make her super attractive compared to the rest of us mere mortals. A waist 76% of the size of her chest and 70% of the size of her hips. It's exactly what fashion designers want, and she's been shaking what her mama gave her on the catwalk ever since. Naomi Campbell was the first black model to appear on the covers of Time magazine and French and British Vogue. She has worked with the greatest photographers in the world, gracing over 500 magazine covers. She has walked for the greatest designers, fronting campaigns for Ralph Lauren, Versace, Dolce & Gabbana, Valentino and more. At the zenith of Campbell's career in the early 1990s, she was part of the two major supermodelling powerhouses, the Big Six and the Trinity, teaming up with supermodels Linda Evangelista and Christy Turlington, neither of whom got out of bed for less than $10,000 a day. Campbell continues to surprise. She is a successful entrepreneur, founding NC Connect, her own lifestyle, branding and events company in New York, boasting a prestigious clientele including rapper Jay-Z's Rockaware hip-hop clothing label in Britain. Campbell learned from an early age a model's worth is measured in one thing alone, cold, hard cash. A girl who moves merchandise can move up the corporate ladder to success. All the better when it's your own merchandise. In 1999, Campbell developed the design house of Naomi Campbell, creating a personally endorsed range of beauty products. Campbell has created 7 fragrances with names like Mystery, Sunset and Paradise Passion. Directing both the alchemy and design, she says her fragrances have the power to free the magical attraction of a woman. As Campbell will attest, the key to success in the fashion industry is always be well-spoken, easy to work with, flexible and kind to subordinates. Not exactly. Naomi Campbell is synonymous with temper tantrums. The world-famous model makes more front covers with her bad moods than her pretty face these days. But clearly, having an ego and a highly competitive nature only drives her to widen her endeavours. Singing, writing and acting. Campbell has many television and film acting credits and has co-authored a best-selling novel, Swan. And her foray into music, an album Baby Woman, sold over 1 million copies worldwide, mostly to her devoted fan base in Japan. Hers is a story of contradictions. She's the irate diva on a rampage and the devotee of Nelson Mandela and the Dalai Lama. She's the tireless AIDS charity raiser and the investor in a billionaire's resort in an impoverished African province. But you have to admit, she's still a stunning head-turner. She's the sexiest woman in the world. Okay, that's a hell of a statement, but there's no denying Scarlett Johansson is hot. Hot, hot. Though she commands the lowest fee of the top 100 Hollywood stars, you could say she's just pacing herself. Her rare appeal to both men and women is the kind of magic quality you can build a long, very long career on. And it's not just film roles, but endorsements, highly lucrative endorsements. Johansson grew up in a household with little money, with a look and talent that money just can't buy. She became a child actress with memorable roles like the troubled teen of The Horse Whisperer. Johansson won the Upstream Prize for Best Actress at the Venice Film Festival for her performance in 2003's Lost in Translation. That same year, she was nominated for a Golden Globe for The Girl with a Pearl Earring. With cred like that, you can attract some pretty powerful friends. The young starlet is considered a muse for director Woody Allen, inspiring 3 films, Match Point, Scoop and The Spanish Project. So what's the secret to her success? An obsessive character. She says, I manicure my nails at 3 in the morning because nobody else can do it the right way. So it's a busy creative schedule for the versatile actress, from thrillers like The Prestige to romping rom-coms like The Nanny Diaries. But when the world's sexiest woman wants money for nothing, she lends her name and beauty to the world's ubiquitous billboards.
Just one moment can change everything. Eternity Moment, a new fragrance from Calvin Klein.
Johansson was asked to endorse the Calvin Klein perfume Eternity Moment, a fragrance that is said to embody, like the actress herself, today's young woman, independent, spirited and confident. But it's not a decision Johansson takes lightly. She says you have to make a choice. Will this be fun, pretty, fabulous, or will I be overexposed? Overexposed, huh? Why, we haven't even started yet. Scarlett Johansson is the spokesmodel for the French luxury brand Louis Vuitton and has an endorsement deal with French cosmetic giant L'Oreal. Why L'Oreal? Because she's worth it. Oh, and for the fee, just under $5 million US. But when I think of the world's sexiest woman, I think of her reclining on a chaise lounge in her athletic footwear. Well, it may not be the most perfect person-product fit, but Reebok has worked with Johansson on a multi-million-dollar deal to co-create Scarlett Hart's athletic footwear range. I never thought I would make sneakers, said Johansson, a little bewildered at the Reebok launch. She took inspiration for the range from Olivia Newton-John's famous Let's Get Physical video. She said, asking, why can't exercise be glamorous? If Olivia Newton-John can exercise in false eyelashes, so can I.
It's been a while that we've been collaborating now, so it's pretty exciting to see it finally on the floor. And it's wonderful to work with Reebok, I think, because they are so supportive of powerful, strong, and forward-thinking women.
It's exactly the market Reebok are keen to get back, women. It's women who built Reebok into a top athletic footwear empire during the aerobics nutty 1980s. Footwear from the girl who never exercises? Sure, I'm buying it. Scarlett Johansson. She's the it girl with great assets, and it's all prime advertising space. Curtis Jackson, or 50 Cent, is worth a lot more than that. It's a rags to riches story, a dirt poor to dynasty tale. He went from hopeless to hip-hop magnate, miraculously avoiding the flying bullets of his violent life to sell over 21 million records worldwide, earning $500 million. 50 Cent grew up in Queens, New York, without a father and raised by his teenage mother, a cocaine dealer, who was murdered when 50 Cent was 8. He became a teenage crack dealer, amateur boxer, and brilliant rap artist. 50 Cent was discovered by rapper Eminem and signed to Interscope Records, who produced his first major commercial success, making him one of the highest-selling rap artists in the world. In 2003, he founded his own record label, G Unit Records, with his own stable of successful rappers. 50 Cent has one aim: to provide for himself by any means. And provide he has, making some of the most lucrative music imaginable. The top 3 hip-hop magnates, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Jay-Z and 50 Cent, have an average net worth of $500 million. 50 Cent no longer needed to worry about the choice he famously expressed on a 2004 album, Get Rich or Die Trying. The album debuted at #1, selling 900,000 copies in the first 4 days. Get Rich or Die Trying is also the name of the film starring the rapper. It's about an orphan street kid who makes his mark in the drug trade, but finally dares to leave the violence behind to become the rap artist he was meant to be. Sound familiar? Yes, the R-rated Get Rich or Die Trying is based on the artist's real life and has grossed almost $50 million worldwide. From rapper to author, with his first book, From Pieces to Weight, Once Upon a Time in Southside Queens. An autobiography that tracks the survivor from his tragic childhood through to the assassination attempt that put 9 bullets into his body. He says in the book, after I got shot 9 times at close range and didn't die, I started to think I must have a purpose in life. And that purpose? Making lots of sexy dollars. His company G-Unit has branched out into G-Unit clothing and G-Unit films. And one inspired sleepless night, 50 Cent came up with a grape-flavoured vitamin water drink called Formula 50. Coca-Cola bought it off him for $100 million. Yes, you heard right, $100 million. So when you've conquered the charts, the big screen, the bookstores, and the sports drink market, there can't be anything left, can there?
I don't see any limit, so I might sit down, hang out with George Bush a little bit, figure out if we can come up with something, a way we can get rich without everybody knowing.
Unfazed, the artist has come out with a new video game, 50 Cent Bulletproof, that follows the rapper as he interacts with pawnbrokers, weapon dealers, informants and music bootleggers on a bloody path through New York's drug underworld. But 50 Cent says, don't worry about the M rating on the game, it's still great for kids. It's downright educational, in fact. It shows you just how to get from the streets to $500 million in one short lifetime.
You know me, 50 Cent. I'm 50 Cent. How you doing?